I'm Rich Carroll. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow you. The Flagler County Sheriff's Office is cracking down on speeding in Palm Coast neighborhoods. Karen Johnson has more.
In response to numerous complaints received from Palm Coast residents about speeding in neighborhoods, Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley has stepped up and taken action.
As a result, I have purchased 47 additional radar units so that every marked patrol car will be equipped with radar. This is not to write more tickets, but it is to educate and change the behavior of our drivers.
Sheriff Staley says the radar units that will be used by the Community Policing Division are the Raptor RP1 with DuraTrack technology, and the traffic unit will be using the Eagle 3. Both radar units are manufactured by Custom Signals Incorporated. The total cost for these radar units was just over $77,000. In addition to purchasing the radar unit, deputies assigned the radar units must complete a 40-hour radar operators class at Daytona State College's Law Enforcement Academy. The class is required under Florida law to operate a radar unit. In 2020, FCSO deputies wrote over 1,500 citations for speeding and responded to 27 traffic fatalities. So far in 2021, the FCSO has written 682 citations for speeding and responded to 5 traffic fatalities. As a response to citizen complaints and the increase in traffic fatalities in 2020, Sheriff Staley implemented traffic operations like Operation Tides, CARES, and the National Click It or Ticket campaigns, and pushed the Florida Highway Patrol to patrol the county's state roads more often. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Flagler County Administrator Jerry Cameron's last day on the job will be July 3rd.
I am happy that on my last meeting is going to be a very happy occasion for me that we'll be graduating the second Flagler Leadership Academy. I can't think of a better thing to happen on the last day that I'm here.
Cameron served nearly 2.5 years on an interim basis. Now taking over also on an interim basis is Chief of Staff Jorge Salinas, who commissioners say will be on a trial run to get the job permanently.
We are presently engaged in transition, that you have every reason to be confident that there will be very little notice of my leaving. You have some very competent people that are already up to speed, already doing a really great job. Your staff that supports them are really, really the best out there.
The county also has a new fire chief. Michael Tucker takes the reins starting July 7th. There's a relatively new city manager on duty in Flagler Beach. Amy Cherry has the story.
Though being a city manager is nothing new for William Whitson, who served 8 years as the assistant city manager in Port Orange. He tells WNZF more about his management style.
In this business, you don't last long if you get mad and stay mad. My responsibility is to help solve problems, and to do that, you have to listen. And so that's what I try to focus on is how do we get to yes, and how can we do better?
Whitson says he's not one to sit behind a desk, and he's the kind of manager you'll definitely see around.
My management style is servant leadership, open, friendly, and I love to walk around, get around. You know, it's not unusual for me to just pop in on operations unexpected and kind of chop it up with the staff. That way you know what's going on.
Hear the full interview with Whitson on the Free for All Friday podcast, available on the Flagler radio app. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
Flagler County commissioners were presented with an expansion plan on Monday for a local museum. Kara Hoblick is the executive director at the Florida Agricultural Museum, and on Monday made a presentation to the Flagler County Commission for an expansion project that would include a central visitor center, along with a pioneer village with historical buildings and a Native American village space.
One thing I mention every time I am speaking locally is that this museum could have been anywhere in the state of Florida, but we are so lucky it is in our backyard. And the original Board of Trustees chose Flagler County for several reasons. One is the gorgeous, pristine landscape of the property sandwiched between the interstate and a U.S. highway. But most importantly, it was because of the overwhelming support from the county commissioners and also the residents and business people of the county. So now we are at the stage where we need to take the show on the road. We will have team members from the Florida Agricultural Museum bringing this message. And the important takeaway for them is that they need to support the Agricultural Museum.
Public asked the commission to pass a resolution supporting the long-term vision of the museum and to support a local financial effort. The next step is for a commissioner to develop a resolution which can then be presented at the next commission meeting. The Flagler County Education Foundation does a lot to help kids.
Executive Director Joe Rizzo said on a recent episode of the Flagler Voice that they're involved in 3 specific areas.
We run mentor programs for the school system. We run the career coaching program, which is really our ability to try to line kids up with jobs that they want to do in the future. And then we also run our Take Stock in Children program.
That last one helps kids get to college. You can listen to the Flagler Voice on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 8:30 or listen to the podcast on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, more on the Take Stock in Children program. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.